I'm going out to eat with my friends tonight.
Wait, what? You could have told me earlier. I already made dinner for you.
Can you stop doing unnecessary things?
Unnecessary?
I told you not to act like you're my mom.
I know I'm not your mom, but I care about you.
You're so annoying. Why are you even still here? Just get out of the house, you worthless old hag.
What are you talking about? I'm just living in my own home.
Your home? Wow, how shameless can you be? This is my house now. You're no longer needed, so why don't you just leave?
This has been my home too for the past 2 years. What do you plan to do by kicking me out?
Honestly, you're just in the way. You don't even get my taste in food. Like that meatball spaghetti you made the other day, there was barely any sauce. And the meatballs were dry and gross.
I made it that way to make sure it was healthy. I used good quality meat and packed it with veggies.
Who cares about that? I'm telling you, it tasted terrible. And don't even get me started on that mac and cheese you made. Why was there so little cheese? It was so dry, I couldn't even eat it.
I was trying to make sure you had a balanced diet, that's all.
I don't need that. I'd rather eat junk food than your awful cooking.
If you eat too much junk food, you won't get the nutrients you need.
Shut up! I'm telling you it was gross and you keep arguing. And what about how you do laundry? You seriously mix your stuff with mine? Gross.
What's wrong with washing our clothes together?
Ew, your old lady smell is gonna rub off on my clothes. That's just disgusting.
That's a really hurtful thing to say. Honestly, you should be grateful I'm even doing your laundry.
Yeah, well, that's about to end real soon.
What do you mean by that?
Back when I was in high school, I let you do the chores. But now I'm a med student, okay? I don't need you anymore. I'm gonna hire a proper housekeeper so you can pack your bags and leave.
Isn't that going a bit too far? Kicking me out to hire a housekeeper? That's just ridiculous. Who's going to pay for this housekeeper? You're busy with school and you're not even working a part-time job. So how do you plan on paying for a housekeeper?
Huh? Why would I have to pay? I'll just have Dad cover it. No problem.
That's just unreasonable.
A housekeeper is professional, unlike you with your lousy cooking and half-hearted chores. They'll actually listen to me and do things the way I like. So I won't be stressed out. And do you know how many convenient housekeeping services there are now? You can book everything, cleaning, laundry, cooking, all with just your phone, and it's done by pros. So really, you're not needed anymore. I can focus on my studies without worrying about anything at home, and it's perfect, right?
But isn't that going to cost a lot of money?
Dad said he'll cover it, so don't worry about that.
Your dad doesn't exactly have the extra money for that right now, unfortunately. Maybe it's better for both of us if you don't try to push me out.
Are you underestimating my dad?
I'm not underestimating him. I'm just being honest. I know you don't like me, since I'm your stepmother. But I'm trying to guide you so you don't make mistakes.
Wow, that's so arrogant, it's making my skin crawl. I don't care, okay? You're not even family to me. You're just some housekeeper who thinks she's in charge. Just get out. Do you even know how much my tuition costs? $450,000.
Of course, I know the amount.
And it's all paid already. That means Dad has more than enough money. You probably married him for his money anyway. But maybe it's time you let him go. I find it annoying to have you around the house.
Wait, do you actually think your dad paid for that? I can see how you might think that, but...
Anyway, make sure you're out by the weekend. If your stuff is still here when I get back, I'm throwing it all out.
You can't just do whatever you want. We should talk this over with your dad.
I'm a top med student, okay? I don't have time to waste talking to a housekeeper.
Housekeeper? You really have no respect for me, do you? Fine, I'll talk to your dad and see what he says.
Just get out, you useless old hag.
I'll be in touch. Hey, Harold, do you have a minute? It's about Megan.
Sure, what's up with Megan?
Well, Megan seems to think you're the one paying for her medical school tuition. Have you talked to her about it yet? I did tell you to make sure to find a time to talk to her, didn't I? I figured the timing wasn't great, so I hadn't found the right moment to talk. But I thought for sure you would have spoken to her by now.
What exactly do you mean by the tuition?
Wait, what? I mean, I'm the one paying for it. You were going through a tough time, so I covered it, you know? Because we're family.
Oh, that, of course, I'm really grateful for that.
It's not just about being grateful, Harold. The problem is, Megan doesn't seem to know about it. Did you not tell her? This is completely different from what we discussed.
Does it really matter who paid?
What? What do you mean?
We're married, right? We're a team. Does it really matter which one of us took care of it? I mean, we're family. It doesn't change anything whether you paid or I did. It's all the same, isn't it?
I'm sorry, but I really don't get what you're saying. Wasn't this supposed to help? Megan and me building a better relationship? I feel like she's going to kick me out at this rate.
Kick you out? What do you mean?
Megan told me to leave. She said my cooking is terrible, she doesn't like how I do laundry. And all she does is complain. She even called me her maid. You should do something about that.
That's wild. She can be quite something, huh?
It's not funny to me at all, Harold.
She's probably just going through that phase where she wants to rebel against her parents. She'll calm down eventually. Just give her some time.
Harold, she's in college now. That phase should be over by now.
Don't get all worked up about it. Sometimes these things take a little longer.
You just don't get it, do you, Harold?
I think I understand her pretty well. She's probably just acting out because she feels uncomfortable around you. She trusts you enough to be herself, even if it's a bit rough around the edges.
I really don't think that's the case at all.
Trust me, she'll come around. Just give her time.
This isn't about trusting you or not. Anyway, let's set some time next week. The three of us need to have a serious talk.
Hey, where are you, you useless old hag?
Megan, could you please stop calling me that?
Just tell me where you are.
I'm at work right now.
Wait, you actually have a job?
Didn't you know?
Why would I care? Probably just some part-time gig, right?
It's not part-time, but whatever. Anyway, I'm heading home soon.
Don't come back here.
What?
I said, don't come back. You're not welcome in this house anymore. When you're done with work, just stay at a hotel or something.
Are you serious? We agreed that the three of us would talk next week with Harold. He's coming back from his business trip and we were supposed to discuss this then.
Well, I thought I'd just take care of it before that.
Take care of it?
Yeah, I've already changed the locks, so you're not getting in anyway.
Wait, you changed the locks? Why on earth would you do that?
To keep you, a total stranger, out of this house? What do you think? Don't you get it yet? We never needed a stepmother in the first place.
But why would you go that far?
Because you're that unwanted. You're not my mom, you're just some stepmother I never asked for. The locks are changed, so don't even think about coming back.
Okay then, I guess I'll stop paying the $450,000 for your tuition.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? Dad is the one paying for my tuition, not you. Nice try though, liar.
Sure, if you say so. I'm done with this conversation. Alright, I won't come back to that house. I'll cut ties with you and we'll just be strangers. Is that what you want?
We were never really family anyway.
Yeah, you're right. So let's just end it here. You'll never see me again, and I don't consider you family either. And about the tuition, I'll be needing that back. So you might regret this later.
You're crazy. I don't need you. I never did, and neither did Dad. You just wanted to use me for money, hoping you could leech off me once I become a doctor. But that's not happening.
Yeah, whatever. Say whatever you want. I don't care anymore. My things will be packed up by movers. Don't touch my stuff.
Hey, why aren't you picking up the phone?
You're being really persistent. I told you I'm working.
You're just working a part-time job, right?
Why do you always have to assume that?
Just pick up the phone. Dad's angry. You don't have much to do anyway.
How dare you be so arrogant? It's infuriating. Oh, still with that attitude, even with someone who isn't family anymore? You might want to learn some manners. It'll be tough out there in the real world.
Look, I'm calling because I need to talk to you. Answer the phone.
No, I don't plan to.
What? Why not? Can't you understand that I have something important to say?
Not my problem, and we're not related anymore, remember? Why should I waste my time talking to you? If this is about money, you better send me your repayment plan soon. I'll be getting my lawyer involved as well. I've already told Harold about this, but you've heard it too, right?
Wait. What are you talking about? Why would I owe you money? I never borrowed anything from you.
Have you really not discussed this with your dad? Or are you just not getting it even after he explained it? I paid for your tuition, all of it, $450,000.
Wait, what? You've got to be joking.
Why would I joke about something like that? Your dad couldn't pay it, so I did. Surely you're not thinking of just walking away from this, right?
Hold on a second. I thought Dad was paying for it. Are you serious? So, what Dad said earlier, does that mean?
Yeah, I guess your dad finally came clean, huh? But you are not able to handle it. That's your issue. You were so desperate to get into that private medical school, despite not being the brightest student. Your dad couldn't afford it because of other problems. But I paid, hoping we could still function as a family.
Wait. I never heard about this. What's going on? Did Dad really keep all this from me? Why couldn't he pay?
But you even went as far as changing the house keys to kick me out. Well, it doesn't matter anymore now. Well, your dad's business went under and he's been in debt ever since. Right now, he is desperately trying to rebuild. But that's because I gave him financial support. There was no way he could afford your tuition. The timing was also spot on.
What? Debt? Dad is in debt?
Yeah, he probably never planned to tell you that. But since we're here, you should know your dad doesn't have a dime to his name. He's been juggling debts, and I've been helping him. But now that we're divorced, you and your dad can deal with it on your own. Make sure you repay what you owe me.
Wait. I'm so confused. What's happening? And how do you have all this money? Aren't you just a part-timer?
You've got it all wrong. I'm actually an executive at a pretty decent company.
An executive? No way!
Yeah, even though I was busy, I still cooked for you and took care of the house. I contributed financially too.
I didn't know.
And you tried to throw me out like I was some housekeeper.
Ugh. Being an executive means you must be getting a pretty high salary, right?
I've been smart about money. I don't waste it, and I make sure I get what's owed to me. When I lent him money, and even when I paid for your tuition, I made sure to have him sign a promissory note each time.
Wait, you made Dad sign a loan agreement or something? Even though we were family?
Of course, and considering how things turned out, I was right to do so. Your dad might still want to keep things together. But for me, it was over when you kicked me out. I was also disappointed in Harold for not being able to foresee that things would turn out this way.
Hold on, so let me get this straight. You paid my tuition. Dad's in debt. And you were the one helping him stay afloat?
Exactly. Glad you're finally catching up. I've lost patience with both you and Harold. I've cut ties with you both. And now we're not family. You owe me money, and I expect you to pay it back. I'll check with the school to see if you can repay the tuition. But from now on, earn your own tuition while also paying off my debt. And don't forget to help your debt-ridden father too.
There's no way I can do all that. I'm in med school. I can barely keep up with the studies. Let alone get a job. And I'm still a minor. How can you ask me to pay back that kind of money?
You were all set to throw me out and hire a housekeeper, so don't talk to me about what's fair. Med school, huh? But you're in the health sciences program, not becoming a doctor. From what I've heard, your grades are pretty low. Not exactly the elite you like to think you are. But hey, if you think you're so special, prove it. Just don't expect any more help from me.
But what about the rest of the tuition?
What about it?
Dad can't pay and I can't either. If you won't pay, then does that mean I have to drop out? I just got into med school. That's so unfair.
Isn't it because you keep doing whatever you want without listening to others? Besides, if you really wanted to become a healthcare professional that much, couldn't you have studied harder on your own? I didn't really see you studying that hard back in high school either. I knew you were skipping tutoring to hang out with friends.
No, that's not... I wasn't skipping.
You lied about going to cram school and hung out with your friends, didn't you? Whenever I tried to correct you, you would immediately rebel. And since Harold just turned a blind eye, I decided to leave you alone.
I just thought I didn't need it to get into college.
And look where that got you. Anyway, good luck with everything. I won't be helping you anymore. We were never really family, so it's only natural.
You're really just going to abandon me like this? I thought you saw me as your daughter.
Well, did you ever really see me as your mother?
That's different.
Exactly. I tried to be there for you. Even if we couldn't be like a mother and daughter. I thought we could at least be a family with a good relationship. But with this at the very end, well, I've given up, so could you please leave me alone?
Wait, please, I'm sorry. I'll give you the new house keys, I swear.
No need. Well then, good luck with your debt-ridden dad.
Jessica, what on earth are you thinking? We need to talk. Pick up the phone.
What? I'm busy right now.
I just got a call from Megan, crying her eyes out. She said you told her you're done helping her and you're not going to support her anymore. I get that what she did was awful. But you can't just cut her off like that.
I'm not just cutting ties with her. I'm cutting ties with you too.
Huh?
Let's get divorced. Right now.
Wait, what? You're seriously talking about divorce all of a sudden? Aren't we supposed to stick together and support each other as a family?
Excuse me? What are you even saying? Do you still not get that you brought this on yourself?
Why would you say something like that?
If you had just been upfront and honest with Megan from the beginning, this wouldn't have escalated like this. I let your failed business, the debt, and even the cheating slide, but now I'm done.
Wait, cheating?
Don't worry, I didn't tell her about that. Finding out her dad is a cheater would just crush her. As if she doesn't already have enough to deal with. She can't afford school anymore. And she's going to be stuck working non-stop to support your mess of a life.
Hold on, I didn't cheat.
Look, we're past the point of that kind of conversation. I've already hired a lawyer, and you need to focus on yourself and your daughter now. I'm not wasting any more of my time on this. I'm done. You should start getting your affairs in order. Maybe for once, you should think about what's best for Megan. Goodbye, Harold. From now on, talk to my lawyer.
Jessica, I have something to tell you.
Oh, Megan, it's been a while. What's going on?
I'm dropping out of college. They said I'll get a refund for the tuition that's already been paid. So I'm going to use that to repay you.
I wasn't expecting to hear from you again, but I see. All right, I'll leave the rest to my lawyer.
I wanted to contact you directly because I wanted to apologize.
Apologize?
I spoke with the lawyer and my dad. Everything you told me was true, wasn't it? But I didn't understand any of it at the time. I'm so sorry.
You don't need to apologize. It won't change anything. But I'm glad to see you've grown enough to say that.
You did so much for me, and I didn't even realize it until now. I'm really sorry. I know it's too late, but from now on, I'll work hard for my dad too.
All right, I understand. You're still young. You'll be fine. I hope you take this as a lesson and do your best from here on out. It's a shame about college, but I hope you can achieve what you truly want in life.
Wait, you knew?
You only aimed for med school because you wanted to show off. What you really wanted was to become a hairstylist, not a doctor. You always loved fashion since you were a kid.
Actually, yeah, that's right. I'm planning to work part-time, save up, and go to beauty school.
It looks like you've learned something, and that gives me some peace of mind. Well then, I guess this is really goodbye. We won't see each other again, but take care of yourself. I never saw Megan or her father again after that. But a few years later, they did repay the money they owed. From what I've heard, Megan became a hairstylist and moved out on her own. As for Harold, it seems he finally came to his senses thanks to Megan. He gave up on his business ventures and took a job at a relative's company. What I learned from that short marriage was that even with family, you can't just keep giving without getting anything in return.